Kate, this is an exciting week.
Ah, yes.
You'll be on a plane tomorrow, flying through the air.
With my legs cramped, folded into my body, and...
with our mother.
No free movies or food, and yeah.
I
mean, it's gonna be a great...
plane ride did you take?
I don't know.
Download those movies and be prepped. But I didn't finish the point.
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
The point is you're coming to visit me, and it's going to be so fun because you get to meet baby Kate, which is you, and there's going to be Kate, as we talked about, and I am thrilled. And also because our mother is coming, maybe you and I can sneak away and have like a fun like night out or something.
Yay.
There's a cool like arcade bar near me, and
oh, we went to that. Wait, did we?
No, so now I moved. I'm in a totally different area. There's another one.
Different arcade bar?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or we could do other stuff. I don't know, but we're doing it.
Okay.
And I have a surprise for you.
My God. Well, I have a surprise for baby Kate.
Wow.
And I'll probably get a surprise for Penny.
Oh, Penny needs some love. She's number 2 now.
Oh, no.
Nobody talks about dogs acclimating to new babies, and it's tough for them.
She's so good around her, though. They seem like buds.
She's good, but you could tell she's like, I didn't do anything wrong. Why am I number 2? And you're like, you didn't. You didn't, Penny. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'll cuddle with Pen.
That's what I told her. I said,
Pingles.
and Katie, we'll cuddle with you all week. You might even get some walkies. And she was like, what?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, definitely getting a little surprise for Pen then.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello.
Hi there.
Welcome to a podcast. We are gonna talk about a movie that's got lots of random songs. Woo!
And we learned all about the person who wrote the song.
I saw that at the end.
In our first Muppet movie. And I think his name is Paul Williams.
Yes,
it is.
I saw it at the end and I was like, but then there wasn't any humans around me to enjoy that reaction with me. So I was like, oh, all right. Just myself.
Wow.
Okay, I gotta introduce ourselves.
Let's do it.
All right. So we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where 2 sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And I can't think of any other songs than this one.
Oh,
it's
come
got
on.
A fun,
yes, you
catchy
can.
beat. Oh, I mean, there's a rainbow
Rainbows.
Yeah.
Have nothing to hide. It's not Kermit. Kermit? Rainbow?
Helium voice.
You gotta swallow a frog to sound like him. Rainbow connection. I can't do it.
Closer.
You're good at that, though.
Kermit? No. It's a little. Okay.
Kermit!
What's the movie, Bridge? What are we doing?
If you haven't left, the 1979 first The Muppet Movie.
I was gonna ask if this was the first, because I wasn't sure last time, but it kind of makes sense.
Yes, this was the first, and it was after, like, in the 60s, they started to get popular with, like, just the Muppets in general, and then they got their show, Sesame Street, right? And, like, late 60s, early 70s. And so after they had that, like, popularity, this was the first movie, which makes you think, like, I don't know why they didn't make more.
I feel like they made a lot.
Well, like, more earlier, because it kind of, like, they'd been pretty popular.
The earlier ones are, like, after this, I remember Muttons. Nope, that's wrong. Muppets Take Manhattan.
Yep.
Was one. Then the Great Muppet Caper. That's a fun one.
Wow.
Christmas Carol. The best Muppet movie ever is Muppet Treasure Island, and it might be because Tim Curry's in it. But
well, we all know. We love
it's
him.
also awesome.
We love
and then
him.
There was one where they go to space, and then there was like a reboot one with Jason Segel and like.
It sounds like you're making stuff up. Is this
no,
real?
it's real. I swear. I'm I'm not reading IMDb right now. No, I don't know. There's a lot, but you could tell this was the first one.
It was the first one, and how about how many surprise famous people are in this movie?
Yeah, that's a drinking game. If you want to, well, actually, you shouldn't do that because I think you die. So don't do this. But if you take tiny little baby sips, drink every time there's a random famous person. Because yeah, I think every other scene, it was like, and they would make it really obvious because it would be like the person's turned around and then they'd be like, and you're like, oh, is that how normal people walk into the scene? Or, okay, it's fine. Yep.
It was amazing.
Yep.
But it's my turn to do the synopsis, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is going to be a little tough because I did have moments where I was like spacing out.
Same.
Okay. And I blame this on TikTok and today's really fast-paced everything. But the first Muppet movie, all around Kermit, okay? Kermit the Frog is the star, okay? And the sentence that I write down and read, Kate, and mostly get wrong, is Kermit goes to Hollywood dreaming about the world of show business. There's a lot more in that, and I'm going to talk about it.
Definitely.
So this is probably a movie where if you didn't know anything about the Muppets, it's a great starter because it introduces you into all like the main Muppet characters.
Yeah.
We meet Miss Piggy. We meet Gonzo. We meet even Big Bird for a hot second.
Oh yeah. He's fucking like hitchhiking. I'm like, Big Bird, it's the 70s. Watch out.
I mean, I don't know if people would see Big Bird. And Fozzie the Bear. We meet all these people, okay? And we get to start to see their personalities, their origin stories, where they came from, and how they all come together in what I think is a better Britney Spears Crossroads road trip.
Oh my God, I thought so much of Crossroads and the part where they all got on the giant musical bus, but then had a stage inside. I was like, yo, imagine if like this was the bus. They're driving in Crossroads and Britney's just singing on the stage in the bus the whole time.
It'd be way better.
Yeah.
And so the premise of it is Kermit the Frog is literally in a swamp, singing along as Muppet frogs do, okay? And Dom DeLuise shows up in a rowboat, okay? And he says, "Sir, I'm lost in this swamp that I happen to be at. But by the way, you have a lot of talent, and I just so happen to have a newspaper with a little section that says, audition for frogs only."
Yep.
I loved that. I was like, thank you for just getting to the point, movie.
Yeah.
Now, Kermit doesn't take this that serious because he didn't it wasn't like he always wanted to be a movie star. He just kind of thought about it and said, hey, you know what? That might be cool. And why not? I just sit in this swamp all day and maybe I should do something. So we start to see Kermit kind of be like, I am going to do it. That does sound fun. And he was hooked. And I have a problem with this, Kate. Okay.
With hooks?
No.
The hook. Sorry.
No, he was hooked on the sentence, you could make a lot of people's lives better. If you entertain them, you imagine how many people you could make happy. And Kermit is like altruistic. He's like, yes, except at the end of the movie when Kermit just wants to be rich and famous.
Yeah. Nobody's smiling there.
No one's smiling there. That's my hook. Anyways,
he turned into Elon Musk.
No,
I'm sorry. Couldn't even say it with straight face. Couldn't say it with straight face. So sorry.
So Kermit then, it would be a boring movie if he just made his way to Hollywood, a la Crossroads. There is someone chasing him, and this is like a murder movie because this guy is Hopper. That is his name. And he has a series of restaurants where they sell frog legs. And I gotta tell you, Kermit is very calm and relaxed, having someone chase him that sells frog legs. But he doesn't want to kill Kermit. He wants Kermit to be the spokesperson. And Kermit was like, that's pretty disgusting that I would represent all of my fellow frogs you kill.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hopper giggled. And he said, I want you to dance and sing and do all these sorts of things. So the whole movie is he's being chased. And as he's being chased, he picks up all his people. And it's very funny. And it's very interesting. And Kate, by God, they make it all the way to Hollywood. And I'll tell you this. The movie then, because you're thinking to yourself, well, what is he auditioning for? Well, what is it all about? Somehow, there's a magical script that gets written as he lives his life. Okay?
Yeah. This is some never-ending story shit right here.
That too.
Yeah.
And that ends up being what he does. So it's not like he gets the role and that's the end of the movie. The movie is he just was making a movie about his life, which, wow. It was like Forrest Gump? I don't know.
A movie in a movie that will then tell the movie about how we made a movie.
Yes.
And it's like a never-ending mirror of Muppets.
But they're Muppets, so you don't care, and then we move on. I think there's things we will get into, Kate, but I think that's all the audience needs to know.
It was good,
Okay.
Bridge.
The listeners, audience, whatever, whoever's here, okay?
I feel like another way to sum up this movie would be this, in a weird way, I suspect is like Jim Henson's, like, not origin story, because I don't think there was like a murdering frog leg man, but like this whole idea of like, I have a dream and it's Hollywood and I'm just gonna go like do it, even if it's kooky and silly. And then like he does, and you're like, Jim, is that you? Like that last song in the movie, I was like, Jim, you want to talk about it?
I love him.
Because you have some Tim Burton, like, Read My Diary vibes right now.
I mean,
so.
You know how much I love him. I love Jim Henson.
Yeah.
I wish the world had more people like him.
Yeah, well, I think that's my story.
Wow.
About his story. Okay. Let's get into the movie.
We have a cold open, Kate.
I love 'em. Yeah. So it's like we're in a movie theater to watch the movie that we're gonna watch.
And what did that remind you of, Kate? Come on. The gremlin scene of all the gremlins in the movie. Because there was dress up, there was popcorn, there was antics, and they're all these little creatures, and they're all different, and I love them. Kate, I love them all.
I love Miss Piggy and her, like, she was wearing like a turban or something. I don't even know if it was
she had
so
like a
awesome.
flapper feather.
It was amazing.
I just love her.
I love her too.
I
think she's
Miss
such a great
Piggy
character.
so much.
She's so cool.
Oh my god. Oh my Kermit. Oh Kermit. Oh. Stay tuned for more terrible accents.
Yep.
In my opinion, when Kermit was like talking about like, thanks for all being here for the movie, and like this is like the opening, and I hope you like it. In my mind, I thought that was like years and years later. But when you watch the movie, you're like, oh, that's literally the end of the movie.
Yeah.
We magically made a movie while trying to audition for a role that then it's done.
And then he never auditioned for a role anyway. And like, did that role ever get filmed? And like, what was the movie?
I mean, why did they need frogs? Was it Hopper?
Oh my god, what a twist! Shyamalan! Oh my god, imagine if Kermit went and it was like Shyamalan and he's like, now you're gonna...
Well, I also love that this is my relationship with my husband, because Kermit's like, I'd like to thank all of you here. And he was like slow and sweet and gentle. And Miss Piggy's like, roll the tape!
Get on with it!
I was like, oh, that's what I do to my poor husband. But then he's like, all right, roll film.
Somebody also, I didn't write who said this, but somebody was like, does this film have socially redeeming values? And I think Kurt was like, I hope so. And I was like, what? What's that?
Oh, the 70s, like, are kind of trippy.
Yeah.
That was, like, a weird time, and we're, like, I feel like we're kind of in, like, a 70s rebirth, too. But where do we really start? Because this is a cool scene.
The swamp.
Yes. Did you know how they did that?
On a helicopter.
Yes. But,
okay,
so these are puppets, so someone's hand is in Kermit's mouth, but then it's surrounded by water. And there's no, like, crazy CGI, so, Kate, how do you think they did that?
Were they scuba diving and puppeting? Do you scuba and puppet?
Jim Henson was in a tank underwater with his hand to come up and talk like Kermit.
Wait, but who was moving his hands? Because I
Jim
always
Henson.
have questions about the puppet hands.
Jim Henson.
But, like, when you do a puppet,
like,
I know the listeners can't see my hands right now, but, like,
so there is, like, some electronics to, like, you know, him, like, strumming a banjo.
What was that, ukulele?
I think it was a ukulele, but...
That's cool, though.
Today, if you said, hey, scene 1 is we want to show Kermit at a swamp so people can know where Kermit's from. Today, they would say, let's do anything possible to not have to go above and beyond, like, create a tank for you to be underwater, okay? They would be like, well, we'll just shoot the scene this way so that it's easier for us and it's less cost effective. But Jim Henson was like, no, sir. No. The integrity of the swamp is a 360-degree shot of Kermit on a ukulele from top down, and I'm gonna get under that water. And you're like, wow. Like, I just love him.
Okay. This was a swamp. This was a real swamp. This wasn't a movie swamp, right?
This was a real one.
And they brought a tank to a swamp. There's, like, gators in there. Just gotta be careful.
I mean, I'm sure they, like, figured that out, but...
Okay.
I mean...
All right, well, it's fine, because we see Dom DeLuise, rowboating by himself.
Wow.
I don't know about it.
I don't know, but, he goes, I'm an agent from Hollywood, kid, and there's an audition here for frogs. should give it a consideration. And let me tell you, Kate, when I'm playing my ukulele at the swamp, Dom DeLuise does not come up and tell me I should audition to Hollywood.
Not yet. I mean, there's still time. No, there's not. He's dead. Rest in peace. Oh no. We miss you. Yeah. And then he's kind of like, oh, I guess, okay, guess I'll do that. And then right away, now he's on a fucking bike.
Oh.
Where'd he get a bike from?
Okay, how fucking cool was that
It
scene?
was cool. But like, where's the bike from?
Katie, that scene is like 23 years old, and I still thought it was the coolest fucking thing.
That scene is like,
oh wait, 40
50 years
wait,
old. It's like way more than 20. I was like, when did this scene get from?
43. Mental math.
Yeah, 43.
Your face.
God.
It was
Carry the one. Okay.
but I thought to myself, like, okay, like E.T., right?
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg. When E.T. flies on the bike, it's like,
Ugh.
you know what's gonna happen, okay? But the way the movie kind of like got you there, it was the music, it was everything, it got you so excited that like the little kid inside you just like jumps and squirms a little. That was how I felt with the bike. I was like, wow.
Yeah. They definitely have used that in other Muppet movies too. Like I remember that in Muppets Take Manhattan, I think. Like I think it's Kermit and Miss Piggy are like riding bikes.
It's amazing.
But then I wrote a note here that says, well, I guess Kermit needs glasses because he literally almost gets himself run over on his bike.
But I liked what he said, Kate. Did you hear his line?
Was it like, whoa, it's a good thing I could hop or something?
No, he goes, it's pretty dangerous building a road on a street.
Oh. Yeah. And then this is weird because he starts to get like ogled by some of the construction men, and this is sexual harassment. We don't have to take it. I hate it.
So weird. His behavior just gets weirder. Because then I go, for literally no reason, he enters into the craziest bar where like people are being like thrown out, and we're in the Wild West apparently.
Yep. And Madeline Kahn's there, thank God. So that made it okay.
Do it. Any line about her. Any line. Hi. Flames.
The side of my face. Breathing. Heaving flames.
You need to go to our Clue episode to know how awesome she is.
Oh my God, and that's a connection to Tim Curry too. Wow.
I gotta tell you, she turned around and I was like, hot damn.
I wish she was there like longer, but she wasn't. So it's
she was in and out.
Yeah. Does Kermit even like try to get food or anything? I don't know, but this is where we meet Fozzie. Yay!
Oh man, he's a bad comedian, and that crowd did not like him.
Yeah.
No, it was not going well. And this is where you learned how sweet Kermit was, because he was like, I'll help you. I'm like, wow.
Kermit's like, I have secondhand embarrassment and I want to stop it. So
embarrassment, Kate?
Okay, waka Brit.
It was sorry. I gotta say, Fozzie, I didn't realize he was like so popular. I thought, like, where's Elmo? I don't know.
Elmo's not a Muppet. Elmo's from Sesame Street.
Wait, isn't Sesame Street part of the Muppets?
They're like separate though. They're not the exact same.
That's right. Okay. Because like I didn't realize Fozzie was like such a big character. Because he was like a main character with Kermit.
Yeah, he's a dude.
Okay.
Him and Gonzo, you know.
Okay. Well, anyways, Kermit tries to save his booty, and still everyone tries to like murder both of them. And then what do they end up in a piano?
Yeah, Kermit like gets attached to the ceiling fan, and then because I guess they were like, what else can we do with the Muppet that is cool to look at for a Muppet? And it's like, let's tie him to the fan. And then he gets thrown on the piano, and then Fozzie gets thrown behind the bar, and then he pretends to be the bartender, and he says, drinks on the house. And then everybody leaves the bar, and Kermit says, where'd they go? And then Fozzie's like, gets them every time. And then all the people are on the roof because it's on the house. And they're like, where are the drinks?
This is, okay. I felt like the humor was a little,
like child jokes where you're like, wait, who wrote that?
But then it got better.
Yeah. But then somehow they're like, I guess now we're friends. And Fozzie's like, great news. I have a car. Let's drive away. And you're like, cool. And then this is where we meet the really creepy Doc Hopper guy who literally comes up to the car window, and that's stranger danger. And again, this is the 70s. Does anyone watch the news? Jesus Christ almighty.
I don't know, but I also feel like we need to acknowledge that Fozzie's logic was, I guess this comedian career is so great, and since they want frogs to audition, they probably want bears to audition. So get in my Studebaker and let's go on a road trip.
Yeah. Fozzie was just waiting for someone to, like, say something nice to him, and then he was gonna attach himself, so. Yeah.
But back to Stranger Danger, I think we did learn there was a lot of serial killers back then.
Oh my God.
We all watch, like, stuff about it now, and I gotta say, like, a frog and a big bear, I mean, they could be easy targets.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna remember them? Like, not good.
Nobody.
This guy was just really creepy. And then he's like, I want you. Like, he wanted him to be his spokesperson.
Yeah.
But
think about it. There's like a bunch of restaurants that are like kind of like that, like where it's like
what McDonald's is hunting down like a Ronald McDonald lookalike, and like you're pressuring him to be the spokesperson or death. What?
I don't know, but like think about these restaurants that like are the actual animals that you eat, and they want you to represent what they serve. It's like weird. And even Kermit was like, "That's really, really horrible. I don't want to do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, Kermit." But this movie is like, okay, Hopper's all about money, so he's like, "I'll double your pay. I'll give you $500 a week. I'll give you this. I'll give you that." Kermit's like, no, that's my morals. No. But then at the end, Kermit's like, "I want to be rich and famous." I'm like, Kermit!
I don't think he ever says that, but like he does imply it.
He does.
I don't know. I wrote a note just again about sexual harassment, so who knows what that was. It could be any part.
But they got out safe, Kate. They got out safe, and they were on the road.
And then this is where they sang "Moving Right Along"? Is this part?
I think it was in every single scene.
Okay.
I don't know.
There's a lot of random songs. Those were the zone out parts, because I was like,
Well, and then we see Big Bird, and I was like, whoa, Big Bird.
Oh.
Big Bird was big, okay? I know the name, but like, it was big.
Isn't Big Bird supposed to have like the mental capacity of like a kindergartner? Like, isn't he like a 5-year-old in his brain? Does anyone know Sesame Street lore? Because these are the questions we have.
So all I know about Big Bird is there's like an unbelievable documentary of the man who did the puppeteering for Big Bird.
Oh, I watched that.
And it'll make you cry your eyes out.
Jim Carroll? Or what was his name?
His love of puppeteering.
Yeah.
So go back to that.
And then he started to get arthritis or something, and he couldn't do it anymore.
My heart.
And then he passed away, I think.
But you know what? That's it for Big Bird. Then we move on. So then we're in the car, and we're bouncing, and we're moving. And Kate, what do we see next? Okay?
This
what do we run into?
They go to the rock band, the quote, fun hippie rock band is what I wrote. And the band is like, wow, guys, like, what's going on? And then they're like, here, read the screenplay, which I always think is funny. That's like a Mel Brooks joke, I feel like.
I love it.
That comes up in his movies, too.
That band is called Electric Mayhem, okay?
Oh, Mayhem.
Janice is on the guitar and Animal's on the drums.
Fucking love how Janice is the lead guitar, by the way. Like, that's really cool.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, she is cool. And then I wrote, the band decides to pimp their ride. Because they
really do.
A makeover to their car.
But it's like hippie paint your, like...
It's amazing.
Pimp my ride. And I gotta say, I don't know, they made like funny lines. They're like, come to Hollywood with us. And they're like, we can't come. When you get rich and famous, we'll exploit your wealth though.
I wrote that. And then there's a part where Fozzie goes, wow, I don't know how to thank you guys. And then Kermit goes, I don't know why to thank you guys.
But don't worry, Kate, because that bright, exciting car attracts one of your favorite Muppets, who is...
him, Gonzo.
You love a good Gonzo.
And his girlfriend, Camilla, which I mentioned in our Muppet Christmas Carol, that Gonzo is sexually attracted to chickens.
Let's talk about some racism, though.
Okay. Great. What is it?
So, do you remember Gonzo talking about his dream?
What was it?
He wanted to go to Bombay, India to be a movie star.
Yeah.
And then
it's easier to do than going to Hollywood.
Something like that. But the film, like, makes fun of it. Like, ew, why would you want to go there? Blah, 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 blah. And, like, let's just take a moment that, like, Bollywood and India filmmaking was, at the time, significantly more profitable and popular than Hollywood.
I thought they were making a joke like, wait, why wouldn't you just stay in your own country and go? Like, why are you, like, doing international?
Kate, I don't know, but they got, after the movie came out, they got dinged, like, y'all are racist. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
like, why was that necessary?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. There were, like, weird jokes in here where you're like, okay.
Yeah, and then they go to a car salesman, and boy, oh boy, is that was awkward.
So this looked like another famous actor that probably is from the 70s and I just didn't recognize because he did the exact same introduction as a lot of these other cameos where he's completely turned around and then he turns around and he's like, hey, and you're like, okay, I guess you're someone, I don't know. And they end up buying a car for $11.95.
What was the Muppet that was part of that?
Oh, I think his name is Jack, which is not a really fun Muppet name.
So he's just like a big garbage man.
He's like a shaggy rug, but he's not like Chewbacca.
Yes.
And he's got big lips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a really great description.
That's what
garbage man. But boy, oh boy, does he help them bust out, and they get a great deal because that Studebaker is donezo. And then they move on out with a bigger car to fit more Muppets, and then they're on their way, Kate. They're on their way to Hollywood.
Moving right along, biddy-doo. And then I go, oh, moving right along. Oh, abandoning Jack, moving right along.
But Kate, we go to our favorite
Bridge.
Her origin story.
Oh God, we love
the
her.
one and only.
Oh no,
Miss Piggy.
Okay, what did being at this little fair remind you of, Bridge? Because I wrote it.
Little Miss Sunshine.
Oh no, I wrote. Well, okay, the beauty pageant, yes, but being at the little like county fair, I was like, oh no, this reminds me of Babe. If I were. Okay, so sorry. I may or may not have watched that last night.
Here's what let's just like fangirl Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy is a pig, and everyone unfortunately thinks pigs are ugly and gross, and not Miss Piggy. She is winning that beauty pageant. And Kate, she is winning because of what? Confidence. Okay, that woman has all the confidence in the world, and she is number one. She's expected to be number one. And even when she's winning, she's like, you know what? I'm bored of this. I found the love of my life in the audience. It's Kermit the Frog.
And she has great hair. I just wanted to add that because I always love her hair. It looks so good.
It's so good. And I gotta say, when I was like a kid, I feel like they really hammered home, like, Miss Piggy's ugly. She's a pig. But now that I'm older, I'm like, she is stunning.
You know, she's awesome. She's got great makeup all the time. Her hair always looks good. And every movie I feel like she's always like the babe.
She's a
and
babe.
Like maybe it's because there's not a lot of female Muppets, but like she's also very cool.
Well, so that is the one thing. When I looked at like the cast and all like the puppeteers, it's just like so many white dudes. It's like, dude. And then even the actual, like, Muppets, you're like, there's like a lot of, we had Janice on the guitar and Miss Piggy.
That's it.
So,
that's all you get.
That's kind of lame.
Go fuck myself.
But don't worry, because seeing Miss Piggy fall in love with Kermit at the fair as she's winning her beauty pageant award. Oh, Kate, I loved it. I eat it up every time. It's the same joke, and I love it.
I love also in this, she's having this, like, daydream, I guess, of, like, she's singing a love song, and it's her and Kermit and all these, like, random, like, scenes. And, like, I was like, okay, this is very like Princess Bride. He's like dressed in like medieval clothes, and they're just like and then they're just running. And at one point I wrote Kermit's drowning and Miss Piggy's sunbathing on a rock, and I guess that's love. So what a metaphor. Okay. And then it ends and she's just right in front of him, and then now they're gonna go on a date. So go team.
Which, talk about this date, I tell you.
Oh, and we get another cameo. Richard Pryor, again, turned around. He turns around, sells balloons. Then he leaves. I'm not sure how much money he got paid to do that.
Yes, he does. And who is the waiter, Kate, at the romantic restaurant?
Steve Martin! You son of a bitch! Where you been?
Well, he's been wearing those short shorts as a waiter.
Oh my god, that made me laugh so fucking hard.
What is happening?
Oh my god.
So, literally, I cannot tell you when, first of all, Kermit, he is just sweet as pie. And he's asking for nice champagne, and then Steve Martin's making fun of him because it's the cheapest one. And he's asking for a straw. And he's just like, he's saying how delicious it is. And I gotta say, like, who wouldn't want to go on a date with Kermit the Frog?
Yeah, if he's buying. I mean, I'm there.
My Kate, no, for his company.
Nice. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So,
all right.
All of a sudden, at this point in the movie, I started to feel really bad for him because Miss Piggy gets a phone call, and then you think she's ditching him. And it was sad, Kate.
Well, and she kind of like does ditch him at random parts in the movie, which I thought would get explained a little more, and it didn't. So, yeah, she kind of leaves, and then he's like, oh, I guess, she's gone. This is where we also meet Rolf the dog, who plays piano, and then they sing a song about women. And then anyway, moving on, and then she's kidnapped, and you're like, what? And now it's like, this is like the hostage part. Did you know there'd be a hostage part of the Muppet movie? Now you know.
I didn't, but I got some Mel Brooks, like Young Frankenstein creepy vibes.
Yup, definitely. Turns the brain to guacamole. I was like, wow, that's fucked up.
Mel Brooks was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so once we realize Miss Piggy has been kidnapped by Hopper, who wants Kermit to be his leading man. Also, kill him probably at some point. Okay?
And eat him.
He's decided that, you know what, I'm sick of this Kermit. I'm just going to murder him, and I'm going to take Miss Piggy, and she's also going to just be a bystander. We're going to get rid of her, too. Now, the whole time, I'm sitting here thinking, I thought Miss Piggy was, like, kind of tough, I'm like, wait, you're telling me that she'd be, like, actually kidnapped? Like, this annoys me, Like, that's what made her so cool. She loved Kermit, but also could take care of herself, and she had, like, this, she had so many layers, Kate. And just as I started to think that, boy, oh boy, did she come back around and make me happy. Because what'd she do, Kate?
She fucking busts out and she beats the shit out of all the people. And it's so amazing.
Can you imagine the person writing that scene? Like, it was literally her, like, thrown across the screen. Just, like,
they just
tackling
took the
men.
Muppet and would, like, throw it at people. And then she always does, like, a high kick as well to, like, kick people. It's
Whoever
awesome.
did her voice is always like, hi-ya! And, and
I think Frank Oz did her voice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my
There's a part Mel Brooks goes, what the heck's going on here? A pig that goes bananas? What is this, a luau? Stupid.
I love it. But that was great.
She literally beats the shit out of all the men. She saves Kermit's ass. And then she gets a phone call again from, I guess, her agent. And then it's like, oh, you're going to do a commercial. And then she's like, okay, bye. And at first I was mad about it. And I go, wow, Miss Piggy's fucking leaving. And then I go, never mind. She's a career woman. I support it.
Yeah, she's got her own life. She's like, I ain't got time for
priorities. Yeah.
The best part of the Muppet movies are the physical comedy. Agree or disagree?
Oh, I agree. I think
so. That was the beginning was kind of slow. Yeah. With talkie or singing or whatever. But once they do all the physical stunts, oh my god. Like then they get funny again. Because it was a little boring.
Yeah.
But we keep moving, Kate, because we're on a road trip that never ends. Just like that one song. And I write, Kermit has a drug trip in the desert. What's happening?
Wait, before that, I want to make a note because the movie that they're watching in the movie, like, takes a pause kind of because the film gets messed up and then it's just like little, like, whatever jokes. Fine. Then right when it starts up again, this is a Bob scene, in my opinion. It comes back and it's beautiful shots of America. But in the background is Fozzie singing, oh, beautiful, more spacious skies. And I was like, why the fuck is Fozzie doing carpool karaoke right now with no one who knows how to sing? Let me know.
Why aren't the Muppets leading carpool karaoke?
They might have done it at some point. Who knows? I don't know, but it was so random. And then I was like, oh, someone's going to make a joke about how that was really weird. Fozzie was doing a solo song of America Beautiful. And nobody does. And I was like, the fuck?
I think I blacked out during that part, and by blackout I mean might have fallen asleep because there was some slow parts to this movie.
Well, that's a good time to fall asleep.
Thanks for telling me about that.
Yeah. And then Miss Piggy is hitchhiking. This is another drinking game. Take a sip every time someone's hitchhiking. And yes, now they're having a drug trip in the desert.
So
because the car breaks down or something.
And honestly, throughout this whole movie, all my notes are moving right along. La, 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 la. I was like, this is the only
when they're
song
starving in the desert, stranded for their lives.
And then there's like cute little like shooting stars and Kermit like tripping about another Kermit and dancing, and I don't even know what was happening, Kate.
I didn't fucking know what was going on either. He was like talking to himself, I think, where he was like, I didn't promise anyone anything, and then it was like, oh, what, you didn't want to come out here? And he's like, I did want to come out here. And it's like, you wanted to come out here and do your dream, and so did they, and like, you know, they believed in the dream. And then he's like, wow. And then I'm not really sure what conclusion we came to, but somehow we all came out about it happy. But we don't have time for that because it's the Muppet Rock Band.
Well, and also, Kate, we came out empowered because Kermit was like, listen, I'm sick of this bully. And the only way to get rid of a bully is to bully a bully. And we're going to have a showdown. And let's go. Is that not good advice? Is that good advice?
Hate that advice.
Okay,
but
wait. What advice as a professional should there be instead of bullying a bully?
Call the police. I don't know.
Well, Kermit does it. He puts on cute little cowboy boots and he gets out there, Kate.
He fucking does. And this is before we get there. We're on a really cool bus with the rock band. Again, I wish Britney Spears was there because I think it would have been a fun time. But
so fun.
I don't know. Somehow the guy Max, who was like not the evil guy, but like was with the evil guy, but he wasn't like super evil. He was like, I'm just warning you that like he's gonna try to kill you now. And then Kermit's like, this is bullshit. Let's just have a showdown. And they decide to go and have it at a random ghost town in quotation marks, but it's not a ghost town because there's more Muppets who live there. Why?
Do we really think that scientist Muppets like Beaker and the other dude, though I can't remember his name.
Wait, his name is Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. I assume because his head looks like a honeydew melon and Bunsen burner.
Okay, like they decide to do experiments in this ghost town? Like, why?
Really
we don't know. No one knows.
Sure. What is the economy? Where do they go grocery shopping?
Kate, they're doing a lot, and
I'm not sure.
One of their experiments, it really takes off, huh?
Well, it does, and this is Kermit's in a cowboy boots and hat now.
Oh my God, can I tell you, if you ever see me sad, Katie, okay, and you're like, Bridget, I want to make you feel better. I want you to send me a video of little Kermit legs and his cowboy boots. Because I just want to see the out loud
behind the scenes of someone holding like above the knees, like making like what you do with a baby, where you like pretend to make them walk.
Oh my God!
Can we put little cowboy boots on Kate and make her pretend to walk?
Yes, please.
Okay.
As long as she's not crying and miserable.
No.
I was dying at this. That made me laugh so hard. And they basically were doing like a shootout, right? Like X amount of paces, turn around and shoot.
Yeah.
And we get distracted, Kate, because something happens.
Animal! He gets big!
So they called this potion like, what was it? It was
Instagrow? No.
Instagrow?
Something grow.
Instagrow.
Instacart?
No.
Instagram?
Big something. Anyway, Kate, they actually built a 60-foot animal head.
I thought you were going to say they actually grew a fucking Muppet, and I was going to be confused again. Wow. Why?
What do you mean grew? What do you think? Like
I don't know. I didn't know where that sentence was going till it got there. Wait, but like,
oh my God, I'm dead.
Where is that? So there's a 60-foot tall animal Muppet.
Yes, and I don't know why they don't send it to Germany to put it next to Valcor so we could see whose head is bigger.
I think the animal would be bigger. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Why?
Pretty insane.
I thought it was forced perspective.
Spare no expense. Okay.
Jesus
Jim
Christ.
Henson does it the right way.
I guess.
So he distracts it. Somehow everything is fine. And then Kermit, he ends up demanding an appointment with this guy that's going to like hire him.
Oh, yeah. So the name of this guy is Lou Lord. I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke, but if it is, I don't get it.
Me either.
And the secretary is like, I'm allergic to animals. And so just like in the fucking horror thriller movie Parasite, y'all, Oscar winner, they use her allergies against her to get their own gains.
Somehow
and this is horrific. I mean, it is funny.
This movie has so many dark moments, like unsafe hitchhiking, a murdering man chasing them and stalking them. You know, like you said, trying to kill people through allergies.
Yep.
So many moments of scariness, Kate, and yet they're just flying from fans and beating people up, and they're Muppets, so you just laugh.
It was funny, but I did think of Parasite.
I laughed so hard because, you know, every now and then there might be people in my life who annoy me, and they're also allergic to dog hair, and I bring my dog everywhere, and that scene, like, I was like, oh, that's kind of funny if you want to, like, get rid of someone, is you just keep fluffing up your dog.
And, like, put the fan on it, blow in their
like,
direction.
Go.
Yep, so for all we know, that lady died. We'll never know, because anyway, moving on, now we're gonna go in to see this director, whoever the fuck this person is, and it's Orson Welles.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Listen, they don't take no for an answer, and they run in there, and this is the part I get mad about, because Kermit throws all his morals out the window, and Kate, you go back and rewind it, he says, we've come here to be rich and famous.
I didn't know that.
I was pissed.
Because I know that Orson Welles is like, draft up a contract, the standard rich and famous contract for Kermit the Frog and Friends. And I was like, well, that's already your contract is bullshit because anybody could be in Friends. I'm going to hop on that gravy train right now.
We could be Muppets.
I guess. I'll just appear and then... But again, I didn't really understand it because I was like, wait, so like this is an audition? But then Kermit's like, now I'm directing a movie. And I was like, I don't understand.
Wait, I'm going back to us as Muppets. So I think it would be two like Muppets that are always together as sisters, and we have like filmmaker hats on. Okay, and all we do is make commentary about the movies that we're in.
Isn't that kind of like the two old guy Muppets that just keep making jokes about everyone?
Yeah, but we could say good stuff. It doesn't always have to be like cranky old man stuff. Like we could say how like awesome Miss Piggy is and how she's like helping females everywhere.
And then we make a Miss Piggy fan club and sell shirts.
Okay, but yes, back to the actual movie and the part you were talking about. You're right. And company could be anybody, like our future Muppets. And I kind of thought that whole thing was weird, and I just was like, whatever. At this point, we made a magical script. Somehow he brings all these people for his Frog edition, but we made it here. And so you know what? Let's just run with it, because I'm tired.
And then the movie they end up making looks way worse than the movie we saw, because everything's just a cardboard cutout, which you're like, I guess that's cool. But somehow this leads to an explosion, and then like the ceiling explodes and you're like, oh shit, that's gonna cost all your rich and famous, bye-bye. But it's fine because we end with a rainbow.
And there was a lot of Muppets at the end. Kate, you know how many Muppets were there?
40.
250.
What? The fuck? Did we even see all those Muppets in the movie? Big Bird was in the background too. He was there.
I don't even know, Kate, but in my notes I have rainbow emojis, and I say a rainbow comes through, keep believing, keep pretending. Coolest end scene with Muppets. I guess I was for it. I just wrote magic.
Oh, well,
the
that
lovers,
sounds right.
The dreamers,
and me, and Paul Williams wrote the music.
Oh man!
Wow. I mean, like I said, compared to the other Muppet movies, like, they definitely get better as time goes on. Like, as more movies go on, I should say. But this one, I'm kind of like, it's like a C+.
Watch it or don't watch it.
I watch it, but like maybe only once just to say you did it.
Yeah, I think the other movies are better.
They are better.
Yeah.
Muppet Treasure Island slaps. Hard.
Well, I believe someone recommended this movie, so
yeah,
somebody needs to think about her choices, Katie.
One day we'll do it.
Well. I think you could skip it. I'm sorry, but you need to see Muppets in general. So if you haven't seen any Muppets and you don't want to see any of those other movies, you have to watch this one because you have to fall in love with Jim Henson and just the magic that is Muppets
and Miss Piggy.
And Miss Piggy didn't she have like a movie that was all about her?
No.
Well,
what
the hell? Why aren't we on that, Kate?
I don't know, because they're always ensemble movies.
Wow.
I know.
Well, yeah. And it's also 1979, so like that's like, things are different now. I'm just happy that the production went above and beyond. And still back then, I think I read it was like $8 million they spent. And they made like 58 or something crazy.
Wow.
So even with like all that technical crazy shit they had to do to make puppets, it still was super cheap.
That's crazy.
Well, Kate, it's that time again.
Whee!
And I'm going to pick a listener pick.
Oh, a listener pick?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
It is from 1990.
Oh!
Okay?
Back to the 90s, y'all.
The listener, if you're listening, listener, is David.
Thank you, David. Recommend the movie, David.
You and all the other men that listen, David. So this is, okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, it gives me a lot of Jimmy Wimmy memories, okay?
Oh my god! It must be a kid movie if it's 90s and Jimmy. He was little.
It is, and I think it has like a following kind of like Muppets, if I'm being honest, in terms of like popularity.
Okay.
So this is described as, well, Kate, we like these movies, a martial arts.
Oh! Thank God.
Comedy drama superhero film.
Oh.
The SEO is out of control on this. Martial arts comedy drama superhero film. Wow. This was the first one, and there are lots of cartoons like this, and I don't know about you, but I think everybody wanted to be one of these characters, and I believe it was Raphael. Katie, this is the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
With the live action, right?
Teenage Mutant
This is live action?
Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Cowabunga! Or is that Three Ninjas?
In a
That could
nutshell.
be any. That could be any of them.
Turtle power. Although the
Turtle
only
power.
thing about this movie that I remember being creepy was the rat.
Oh, yeah. This might also be Jim Henson. This might be a connection because these
my
were
God.
puppet
Oh
people.
my god, Kate, I'm reading it right now. The turtle costumes were developed by Jim Henson's
Yeah!
Creature Shop, one of Henson's last projects before his death.
Oh, how sad.
Kate.
Heroes in a half shell.
Turtle power. David, what turtle did you want to be? Leave us a written review, and tell us which turtle you wanted to be, okay?
And make sure you actually give us 5 stars and not just talk about turtles.
But okay, wait. What's the one with the Raphael has like the cool?
He had the nunchuck or the what the fuck were the little knife things? Yeah, those. He was the purple one.
I thought Raphael was the red one.
Leonardo was.
Oh, Leonardo was
blue.
Oh,
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo was the cool guy who
Michelangelo was
wanted
orange.
pizza.
And who was the other one? Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello. Oh no, Donatello was purple.
Do you know what would be a really easy way to piss off like a ton of men? Like
Is
a
it
ton?
by me to continue talking incorrectly about which turtle's which and what's happening?
By doing a remake of this movie, but they're 4 female
Women?
turtles, just like
They'd be so mad.
Ghostbusters.
I can see the
They'd be
reviews now.
so mad.
These female turtles didn't have boobs, so like, what's the point of it? Jeez.
How
stupid.
Fucking mad would everyone be, but I am here for it. Because wow, Kate.
Good pick, Bridge. I don't remember last time I saw this movie.
Well, we gotta thank David, okay?
Oh, David. Thank you,
David, since Schitt's Creek. Does anyone not say David to you? David.
Proper no, David.
So we're moving right
along
to the next
Turtles
movie.
with Jim.
Yeah.
Jim Henson made Turtles. Well. Bridge.
Kate.
I just want to say, if we got held hostage by a crazy dude and they're gonna do some crazy shit, I wouldn't even like wait that long. I would just bust out like Miss Piggy and karate chop everybody and high kick them like Miss Piggy. I would be Miss Piggy for you because I love you to save us.
Kate, I think you would definitely beat everybody up like Miss Piggy.
I'd body slam all of them.
Kate,
Bridge.
I want to let you know that as we were talking, I wrote a letter to one of Jim Henson's children who are now running the Henson Empire.
What?
To request Sisters Who've Seen It as the new Muppets.
Muppets.
That are
amazing.
They're what are the old dudes called?
Oh, I wrote it down. They're like, hold on, wait.
I would pitch
Waldorf and Steckler.
So I would pitch it. I'd say, this is the nuanced version of Waldorf and Steckler as positive reviewers throughout the movie, like cheerleading and pumping up and fangirling.
Yep.
And I think everything would be better if we were Muppets.
All right.
Can somebody draw that?
Wow.
Anybody listening?
Yeah.
Can you guys draw that for us?
Thanks, guys.
That'd be great.
You are.
That would help with the letter, to
Okay.
visualize it. Thanks, everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and listeners, if you also think that Sisters Who've Seen It should be made into Muppet characters, and if you think Miss Piggy is thebomb.com,
Ooh.
and if you just love Jim Henson like us, you should write us a review.
Yeah.
We love reviews. We love written reviews. You can review us on Apple Podcasts along with some other podcasting apps. We also have a website, sisterswho'seenit.com. If you scroll down on the main page, there is a form you can fill out to request a movie. So our next movie is a listener pick. It was requested by David. David went on the website. He scrolled down, filled out the form, and now we're doing it. God help us. Turtle power. Yeah, and Bridge, what else can they do on our website?
They can buy us coffee.
Woo!
And honestly, it's needed these days because
Yeah.
it's hard to It's hard.
It is.
Baby raisin's hard, and I'm back to work, and that doesn't mean podcast work. That means my real work, and I'm tired, and I need some coffee, and Katie needs some coffee because she's gonna work around my tired schedule. Okay, so we all need some coffee here. Okay. I mean, if you want, love you.
Love you. Yeah. So check all that out, and we hope to hear from you. All right, listeners. Well, we'll see y'all next week for
Turtle
Teenage
Power.
Mutant Ninja Turtle. There's definitely a song in there.
I'm telling you, when we were little, Jimmy had all the little figurines, and like I couldn't play.
I remember our cousin Shane also really liking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like really
Turtles.
liking them.
He loved turtles. He
The
would talk like
Bridget,
this.
and you had turtles,
I
so you
love
love
turtles.
turtles.
So
We're
many
gonna talk about
turtles.
turtles.
I
next
love
week.
turtles.
You should bring your turtle statue, Mr. Krusty, to sit next to you as we record.
Oh my god, Kate, he's so heavy, but I'll try.
Oh, okay. Don't
Wow.
move him. No,
okay,
it's
everybody,
okay.
we're gonna stay on script next week. We love you. Okay, we
Love
you. And I can't wait for us to be together, and we'll throw some magical power your way. We love you guys.
Yay.
See you next week. Turtle
All
power.
right. See you there.
Hi-ya!
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who've Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out our website at sisterswho'veseenit.com, where you can email us, request movies to be reviewed, and keep up to date with all things sisters. Also, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next week.